Hi, I'm Amy Ayala.
And I'm Ethan Millman, and this is Sports Brawl. In recent MLB news, in the World Series, the San Francisco Giants have surprised all of America by rolling over the Detroit Tigers, as in Game 1, Pablo Sandoval has hit 3 home runs, and in Game 2, they defeated the Tigers again. And what about in the NBA, Amy?
Lakers are 0-8. It's nothing big. We're 0-0. It's okay. Don't worry about it,
I
Laker
thought it's their worst franchise record in history.
Don't worry about it. I got Kobe Bryant. That's what I heard. Okay.
Also, in recent NBA news, Sports Illustrated's NBA preview had come out, and the Lakers were ranked behind the Thunder at number 2. And so after the quick news aside, in more MLB news, Alex Rodriguez, after hitting only a 125 batting average with 0 RBIs, is still playing for the New York Yankees after Joe Girardi, in an interview yesterday, had informed press reporters everywhere. It has become a very controversial topic. Amy, what do you think about it?
I think that he shouldn't leave the MLB, but then he still needs to. He can't be with the Yankees anymore, in my personal opinion.
I completely disagree. After having found out that he had used HGH for all of his years, and then stopping, he completely degressed as a player, proving that without HGH he is nothing.
I mean, he did choke. He didn't have his best postseason in October, but you can't undervalue what he is as a player.
If he was a superstar, you don't have that type of game. He's easily one
I
of the
think that
worst
he can't
superstars
come back to
ever
the
in that
Yankees.
phase.
He can't come back to the Yankees just because he has to redeem himself, and that's going to be really hard for fans to see how he acted in the postseason, how he's going to still be a starting baseman. I don't agree with that. I don't think he should be in the Yankees, but that doesn't mean he's not a good player, and that doesn't mean he doesn't have a future with another team, because he's a valuable veteran.
Before he was found guilty of using HGH, he was hitting 35 home runs every year, playing great. Afterwards, he has completely dropped off the table. Explain that.
I can't explain it. I mean, it's something you get used to, but you can't say that he has to leave the MLB just because he had a bad season.
Well,
Many players have a bad season.
All right, let's leave that aside. So, in local sports news, we have 2 special guests here from our own football team.
We got Tyson Jones
and Blake Ray.
So, today we're going to talk to you guys about your football season. So, I know Ethan has been covering it almost every issue, so do you have anything to say to them?
I just want to know, obviously you guys aren't happy with your records so far. What have you done in recent practices to try changing your play?
Well, Ethan, we've tried to change the tempo, be more lively in practice, work harder towards our goals, and be more focused and not clown around as much. And what would you say we've done, Blake?
Well, I'd say the hard work definitely comes into play. We've raised up our conditioning, doing more of that, and we're just trying to work more as a unit together in order to accomplish our goal.
So would you say, I've heard a lot of comments from a lot of players, and they say that the offense doesn't fit the personnel of the team. Would you say that's true?
I think that's more of a coaching decision. I mean, we do have big linemen, and the offense has worked in the past. As players, we can't determine what our offense is. We have to come to terms with what it is, and we have to run it as efficiently as possible.
Exactly. I think it doesn't need to be as much as the offense and the personnel, but it needs to be more of our execution and what we can truly do and how hard and how much we want for the offense to succeed.
So why haven't you reached that up to this point? I know you guys are trying and you guys are working hard in practice, but it hasn't been showing up on the field when you play.
Some players might not have the same mental motivation and aspirations as other players in order to, what's the word I'm looking for? In order to succeed, I guess I should say, on offense. Most players don't have the will and the work that they should have at this time in the season. But that's what we're here to practice. That's what we're practicing for, to get better and to try to give them that will.
Now, tonight you guys are playing Granada Hills. How have you guys changed up your playbook to match how they play?
Defensively, we have schemed to their offense, and we really believe that we have a chance of shutting them down and doing what defense is supposed to do. And offensively, you guys know we keep it the same. We do what we do, pound the rock.
Mm-hmm.
So I know you guys have to win these 2 next games to make the playoffs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how do you go into this game knowing what you said, that some players don't have that mental, goal in their mind to come out with an offense as strong. So as a team, collectively, what do you have to do to come out like that?
I got this one. I think we just need to come out aggressive. If you look back, we came North Hollywood, we beat them, and then we had a little bit of a drought. But against Chatsworth, we came out and we were aggressive the entire game. We put up 47 points on offense. I think it all comes down to us being a unit and coming out aggressive. If we can be aggressive in these next 2 games, there's no doubt in my mind that we can win.
So you're pretty confident that these 2 games are?
Both games are winnable. If we come out as a team, and if we come out aggressive and we are efficient in what we do, then I have no doubt in my mind that we can win.
Exactly. If we play El Camino football and play to our advantages and make them play our game, there's no doubt we'll come out on top.
Now, as many of us are aware, unfortunately, Coach Gainsley passed away over the summer, and it has probably taken a toll on the players, and you both knew him. What have you seen as a team? Any changes, how your team has played, things like that?
For the short time that I knew Coach Gainsley, he was a great and amazing coach and an amazing man. And that untimely
Passing.
Yes, that untimely passing, it did affect the team very much. A lot of players knew him for a long period of time and saw him as a mentor, somebody saw him as a father, so of course that affected our play. But we tried to use it as motivation, and for some games it did work, and other games, mourning and other things of that nature probably kicked into effect, so that played a big role in our season.
Now, looking on a more positive note, with a confidence that you will make it into the playoffs, what is your plan in the playoffs to succeed?
Well, with our record and our position that we will be in the playoffs, if we do make it to the playoffs, we have nothing to lose. We're hands down the underdog, so we need to play as hard as we can, every down 100%, because, like I just said, we have nothing to lose at all.
So we've talked about the offensive side. So bringing back to defense, what has to happen there?
Defense really, truly has been pretty good this season.
It's true.
Defense has been infected by offense not doing our job. So it's a team sport. All 22 players on the field need each other. So if defense does their job, offense will do their job, but apparently that hasn't been happening.
No.
Defense has been holding up their side, now offense needs to pick it up.
No. Other than Harvard, Westlake, and Birmingham, you have mainly kept it really close games, such as the homecoming game against Cleveland, where it was an 8-7 unfortunate loss. So the defense, was it just a lack of aggressiveness, or what is it that has changed, that is changing or will change, etc., for how you're going to play in the future in playoffs, etc.?
I think it's not lack of aggressiveness. Holding a team to 1 touchdown is not bad. It's just on both sides of the ball, defense needs to be aggressive. And this year, I'd say our weakest point has been the run game. We need to play better in the run game. Some teams have taken advantage of that. But also on the offensive side, we need to be able to keep a few more series going. I'm part of the offense as well. We need to keep a few longer series to give our guys some rest, and so that we can put them in a better field position. Because lots of times this season, the defense hasn't been put in great field position situations.
Exactly. If offense cannot execute, the defense has to go right back on the field and do what they just did again, and that's very difficult for a defense to do after they played their hardest for 3 to 4 downs.
So there needs to be a sort of balance between offense and defense.
Exactly. It needs to be a harmony. It needs to be a well-oiled machine meshing well together.
So we hope that you guys find that today, so you guys can go on with your wins, and then you only have 1 more to tackle down and get to the playoffs, and we'll all be rooting for you today.
Thank you.
So thank you for joining us for the 2nd episode of Sports Face Off. Thank you.